G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So last night we got the EZA info for this physical cell. He's the main EZA of this celebration, and with the data download today we got the EZA weakness leaked to us, I guess we'll say. So the EZA weakness is Entrusted Will. If you haven't seen it before, that's where it is down the bottom, and if you have a look, it isn't the biggest category. AGL Trunks is the leader for the team, and as you can see down here, I unfortunately don't have him, which does make this a little more difficult. I also don't have the physical LR Trunks, so there's two really key components of the team missing, but what we're going to do is build a nice team that I think should be able to get this done anyways. So obviously if you've got AGL Trunks as the leader, he's going to be if you have him, he's going to be your go-to leader, and if not, you're going to be like me and creating a bit of a team that operates similarly. So what I do have is the Goku and Gohan, so that does give a Goku fam and Super Saiyans lead. We click that in here and that opens it up pretty well for us here. If we go in terms of LRs, you're not going to be bringing into options like these two. Those two will get clapped up. Really good option will be that Gohan with his nuking abilities. He'll be able to do some really good damage. The AGL Super Saiyan Gohan will get the full 200% boost, so he's definitely one of the units that you'll want to bring in this team. If you have the physical Super Saiyan Trunks, you'd probably bring him, but as I do not, I'll be bringing this guy. Remembering that in EZAs you can't bring units that do have the same name. Unfortunately, even though they do go Super Saiyan in there, I haven't got them done. In their super attack, you can see that these guys unfortunately don't have Super Saiyan, and because it is the Trunks as well as the Goten, they don't fit on the Goku fam category. This guy again isn't a Super Saiyan, so therefore doesn't fit on the category. Bardock is a solid option. As per usual, you want in these LR EZAs, you want to be using LR units because legendary power is the link that does give extra damage. So Bardock's a really good option here if you're running the team that I'm running, and so is the AGL UI Goku, especially with his chances to dodge. This team doesn't have a crazy amount of good slot 1 units here because you're not going to be getting long enough to stack up with the AGL Gohan, so that could work really, really well. Other options on this team that would be really solid, obviously the Teen Gohan or the Ultimate Gohan. With his guard, he's got the category boost defensively, so he's going to be awesome for you. You can just chuck him in there, slot 1. You're going to take very little damage with him there. Looking at STR options, you do have the Ultimate Gohan who just got his EZA, so he does greatly raise defense for 1 turn now. And then if you look in here, he gets his guard, and he gets the additional attack that has a higher chance of becoming a super for 4 turns when guard is active. And now being that you are versing a physical enemy, that's a really good option because he's going to be able to get that double stack. The only thing is he doesn't have obviously legendary power because he's not an LR, and you really do want to be basing these teams around LRs predominantly. If need be, you've got this old school Super Saiyan Goku. You could run a Super Saiyan team with him, but he's just, I feel like he would crumble pretty early on in the event. You got the Super Trunkses who are both pretty solid. They raise their defense. Would both be getting the 200% leader skill from this guy, so definitely not a bad option to bring either of those two. Looking at the rest of the roster, yeah, that's probably the main ones that you want to bring. I think I'm torn up between going with you, or as I did have it with you. I think my team will probably look something like that. Maybe even Bardock could get dropped out and bring Ultimate Gohan just because of his ability to guard and play as a slot 1 unit. So that's probably what my team will look like. Another option would be to run the tech trunks. He's definitely quite outdated here, but he does have that 120% leader skill boost to super. So that way you can bring in all these LRs that I've mentioned before. You can really just throw them together, and their leader skill, their typing isn't going to be affected by the leader skill. So yeah, that's definitely an easier way to run the team. Or another option that I did think of earlier is by going with a Kamehameha team. You can use the 120% for the AGL typings. And then I guess it's a bit difficult because you want to stay away from int, but you do have this Goku as well. He's on Kamehameha. If you got them guys, you're going to be running them as the Kamehameha leader anyway. But someone like this Goku, you could use him for his dodging ability. It just opens up a little bit more. But there you go, guys. That team right there is probably what I'm going to be rocking with, or initially rocking with this EZA. Remember to grab your 30 stones and save them up, because that anniversary is only 6 weeks away for us global players. So you want to make sure you got as many stones as possible for that. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.